Love, peace, light, and blessings, soul family. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome. My name is Jazz. If you're one of my A1, Z1 subscribers, shout out to you, spiritual gangsters, you original souls. This is going to be a collective energy reading for Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. I know I'm late. I'm a Virgo. I like to process the energies and download the energies and feel through the energies because sometimes the energies be real musty, okay? And Merc is up there popping perks with Aquarius. This energy feels funny to me, so I wanted to go ahead and tap in, see what's good, see what y'all, see what type of messages that Spirit has for us pertaining to this first Mercury retrograde of 2021. It came through and it shifted a lot of things for me, y'all. Not even just technology, like y'all who had to get second shipments because y'all shit got lost in USPS, and y'all who tracking number said delivered one day and then popped up randomly days later. And it's just like, Merc, why you playing games? Why? What we supposed to be seeing? What we supposed to be learning from this? You know, so we're going to tap in. Please only take what resonates with your intuition and leave the rest behind. Please also don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment as well, you guys. So this is going to be for Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, first retrograde of 2021 here, Spirit. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, ascended masters. Mother God, Father God, I ask that you utilize me as a humble vessel. Fill me up with divine love, divine light, divine messages, divine lessons, divine blessings, and divine guidance for myself and for the collective. I ask that you fill us up until we overflow mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. Ashe, Ayi Bobo, Amu. Let's tap in. Let's see what's good. What's tea, you guys. Angels, gods, and goddesses. We're going to kickstart with them. We're going to see who's guiding the collective during this Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. Thank you. We have the angel of soul love. Time to look at how you value yourself. Issues of self-love. So Mercury retrograde came right on time with that full moon in Leo reading that I did. If you did not watch it, please go check it out because I'm about to talk more about that spirit of vanity. Look at how I feel like the higher self is loving on the lower self. Or look at how the spirit is loving on the ego. Or look at how whatever polar opposites that resonate with you, that reside inside of you, is loving on one another or each other. There is this need for us to literally love on us. It's a different type of level of soul love, though. It's the unapologetic, unselfish level of soul love. That same love you giving, that same love you emanating, that same love that you providing, yeah, you need to put all that shit. The ancestor said, put all that shit right back into you. Because it's time to look at how we value ourselves. There are underlying issues or shadow aspects regarding our self-love, you guys. I tell y'all all the time, my lock journey is liberation towards my self-love. My, waking up, trying my best to go as barefaced or as bare minimal as possible without negating that Venusian energy that resides inside of me is self-love. Me deciding to, you know what I'm saying, not do bodily changes under the form of plastic surgery, despite what sometimes I feel insecure or have self-esteem issues towards, is self-love. These acts of self-love are literally acts of courage. It takes courage to be able to acknowledge these things that are underlying and then act on it, because sometimes the easiest thing to do is to just fix a problem or to fix something when it's broken or something like that, is what Spirit is saying. But sometimes the hardest thing to do is to sit with what is broken, to feel what is broken, to shift through those things or those aspects that are genuinely broken. So when I look at the angel of soul love, like, I do feel like here, this is the higher self loving on the lower self, reminding the lower self that we're in this together. It's now one against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I feel like the ego be feeling like they know the world better than the soul. That might actually be that might be actual factual. Ancestors downloaded that real funny, because that actually might be factual, but the soul is pretty much here like, well, show me the ropes. If you know all the crevices, and if you know all the cuts, and if you know all of the demons, and if you know all of the shadows, and if you know all of this shit, then show me. You know, that's what I feel like the soul is telling the ego, or telling the lower self, or telling the shadow here. I feel like the soul is finally wanting some type of teamwork. And that's why there's this, like, caressing, coddling energy from your higher self, where your soul is telling your ego, you got to get on board. You got to get with it or get lost. You know, like, this is not a battle between one another. We're in this shit together. So as a collective with this Mercury retrograde, we definitely looking at how we value ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Wholeheartedly, as a whole being, meaning all of your light and all of your dark. How do you view it? How do you value it? Do you realize how powerful your darkness is, as long as you are, you know, aware of your light at all times? Do you realize that? There's also these big underlying issues of self-love. Some of these issues, I feel like some of the collective doesn't even know is there until you're triggered or until something happens, you know. And this is a time Mercury is going backwards for us to re a lot of shit, revisit, rethink, reevaluate, redo a lot, you know. So that's what the retrograde is about. It's not nothing to frown upon. Sometimes it just hits us hard because we're so forward moving that when shit starts to go backward, retrograde, that we sometimes, you know, we feel out of alignment. But sometimes we need to go back and revisit some of the things that may be underlying here. Let's get this out the book. Angel of Soul Love. Okay. The Angel of Soul Love says it's time to look at how you value yourself. Issues of self-love. The world around you is simply a reflection of your inner world, beliefs, and feelings. There is a person or a group of people in your life at present who keeps putting you down and undervaluing what you say or do. The Angel of Soul Love realizes that this is a painful and hurtful situation for you and has shown up in your reading today to help you work through and heal this issue. From a higher perspective, all happens as an act of love. The people in your life at present are simply here to help you face your own feelings of inadequacy, self-worth, and self-love. That is not to say that you should pat them on the back for making you feel small or sad. Rather, it is opposite. Stand up for yourself regardless of what others think or say, and know that you are eternally worthy of love. In essence, you are a wondrous and beautiful being of light and love. You are held in eternal embrace by the soul of creation, loved and valued more than you will ever know. Start to have loving thoughts for yourself. You are perfect just as you are. There is no need to change anything about you except for the perceptions you hold about yourself. Affirm to yourself many times each day, I am love, I am light, I value and honor myself through my thoughts and through all I say and do. The more I love and value myself, the more love and value I attract from those around me. So there's this issue here, and this was downloaded to me at least 2 years ago, maybe more, right? Spirit, when I decided to create my channel, or around the time, you know, when it was an earlier stage, Spirit was like, all right, all your life, you've seen yourself through your eyes. Now, I want you to see yourself through other people's eyes. And I never, ever, ever, ever understood what that meant up until, I would say, last year. It took me some time to download it, process it, and figure out what my ancestors was pretty much telling me. Sometimes it's really hard for us, especially through the eyes of our loved ones, to see all it is that they admire, appreciate, and love about us, because we are our own worst critics. And that's why sex magic is so powerful, you guys. Because in the act of sex being a form of worshiping, especially if you do it with your twin flame, okay? In that act, or somebody that you have a spiritual connection with, I would say, or I don't want to just say twin flame. It's not just subject to twin flames. A high vibrational being. That person doesn't see your flaws the way that you do if they love you genuinely and unconditionally. So in the midst of them manifesting your greatness, your multitude, the magnitude, the heights that you could reach, there is no limit. The sky is the limit for them. But in the midst of you trying to manifest something, you would be the blockage to your blessing, because there are certain things and issues with self-love and self-worth that we as all human beings have, right? So sometimes the best way to counteract those spirits of insecurities and shit like that is to really look at the people who love you. Look at how they love you. And then ask, why do they love you? Because it's got to be a fucking reason why. Your kids kiss you every fucking morning and can't get off the phone without telling you that they love you. Here, mommy. It's got to be a fucking reason why. Your nigga can't even walk out the house without kissing you on your lips and your forehead here, sweetie. It's got to be a reason why people really, really love you. So sometimes the best way to counteract that lower vibrational energy of insecurity and self-worth and all of that shit like that. Is to genuinely be like, yo, I got people in my life that love me. It's got to be a reason why. So start to try to view yourself through their eyes, because that mirror can be broken sometimes. And we don't even see the pieces shattering before us, because we done shattered that shit. We done got so tired of looking at what we don't like to see that we broke the mirror. There's not even a clear image. Sometimes you got to step away from the mirror to remind yourself who you are, what you bring to the table. And with the higher self coddling the lower self like this, I feel like that's just us stepping away from the world. The world gives us these issues of self-love. It's not our spirit. It's the world that we living in here. So Mercury retrograde is giving us a time to step away and revisit some of the things that could have been forgotten and lost pertaining to just why you are genuinely lovable here. With this angel of soul love, your love emanates from your soul, not your flesh, meaning nothing that you can give or provide somebody with. If it's unconditional, that's where it's emanating from. That's where it's stemming from. It's stemming from that warmth, that purity within your heart. So I do feel us beginning to reevaluate one, like, yo, why do I love this person? Reminding ourselves genuinely, because sometimes, especially in like relationship, you got to remind yourself what made you fall in love with somebody to begin with. Why we in this for the long haul? Why we doing this forever? Why we, sometimes you got to really, to be able to love and have that gratitude and appreciation for your person and for your partner. You got to really, remind yourself sometimes how they got you to begin with. We got limitation is power. Lean into your limitations. We got this another time. I love this card, y'all. It says your limitation is your power. Lean into your limitations. That's telling you that what you frowning upon is genuinely your secret magic weapon. What you think is hindering and blocking your blessings is genuinely what's the boat that's getting you to the blessing as we speak. So your limitation, whatever you're telling yourself, Spirit, once this happened, then I'm going to do that. Spirit, once I overcome this, then that's going to happen. That limitation that seems so big, that's what's giving you power in the very now moment as we speak here. So this little issue of self-love that seems so big that we're currently overcoming, that's what's genuinely where we're going to be resourcing our power from this process of healing it, from this process of revisiting it, from this process. That's how we super saiyan this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how we level up. So Spirit is encouraging us to genuinely lean into our limitations right now, because what we frowning upon is literally the boat that's getting us from point A to point B. So that obstacle, that trial, that tribulation, that situation, that friendship, that relationship, whatever it is that you're dealing with here, collective, that is your power. That is what you need in this now moment, because where you going requires this transition, whether we like it or not. Sometimes preparation is power. Limitation is power. So that's all limitation is. Perspective is power. That's all limitation is. Preparation. You know what I'm saying? So definitely relook at, during this Mercury retrograde, what you would have considered to be the blockage, the obstacle. Relook at that shit. Is that genuinely what it is? Is that genuinely what it's giving up? Is that genuinely what it's serving you? Or is it just the vehicle? Is it just the vessel? Is it just the ride to get you to where you're going? Because perspective is powerful here, Spirit says. Because our limitations is what's genuinely standing in the way of us having that self-love and that self-worth that's necessary to push and to move ourselves forward as a collective. We got to love ourselves individually to be able to show and pour any type of love into anything or anybody else here. So it's so imperative to take that step back, to take that step aside and realize, well, what limitations, what barriers are standing in the way of me loving on myself wholeheartedly here. As a Black woman, baby, there's a lot. I just don't feel like listing them because I rap about it all the time. But as a woman in general, baby, there is a lot. As a man, you guys have your own individual barriers and blockages, and baby, there is a lot. So I say this to say, human beings have limitations placed upon them. How you're viewing those limitations will ultimately determine how you thrive, overcome, or stagnate yourself here. So the moment that you view your limitation as your vessel only, as your ride to your destination, the moment that you view that limitation as just something that is present at this very now moment, it's going to leave when it needs to, then it becomes powerful. Then that portal opens for you. then the light at the end of the tunnel that you've been walking that's been dark for so long could potentially be revealed. But the limitation has to not only be acknowledged, but acknowledged for what it is. It's not weakness, it's power. Let's get another one here, Spirit. Another energy from Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, please. The angel of soul love came out there, and I just feel so comforted. I feel like the higher selves have some type of portal here that is unbeknownst to us. And I do feel like they travel it at nighttime. So during our sleep, the higher self is very, very, very active in our subconscious, is what I feel. Okay, higher self, I heard you. Like, that was too many. I feel like the higher self is very active in our subconscious during our sleep. This Mercury retrograde, I feel like sleep patterns will ultimately be thrown off as a result of this. So if you find yourself sleeping during the day, staying up at night, if you find yourself sleeping very little, if you find yourself flying or traveling during the witching hour, if you find all of that shit happening, I do feel like it is a result of Mercury retrograde. It is a result of the higher self being active or activated. Something about the higher self being activated, because this is genuinely like a portal. I feel it's like a portal from to realms. So we have athame, commander of power, y'all. Teachable moment. I don't know what the fuck that is. I really don't. But we about to figure it out. We gonna learn something together today. I really don't know what athame or athame is, and I ain't about to sit here and read it for y'all without knowing exactly what it is. So athame. I wanna get a pronunciation. All right. So the vibration is the solar plexus chakra. The keywords are empowerment, direction, and boundaries. The athame is traditionally a black-handled knife with a double-edged white metal blade. A sacred magical tool used to represent the masculine principle in ceremonies. It is used to cast circles and to direct the magical energies during traditional Wiccan rituals. Athame is directing you to move out into the world with confidence and assurance, having first made sure that you are certain which direction you wish to take. Focus your energies towards your goal now. Let go of those things that disempower your present position, secure in the knowledge that you can only become stronger by taking a leap of faith into yourself. Build your strength and check your personal boundaries are in place and appropriate to requirements. Aspire to create the world you wish to be a part of, for you are protected. So something that standed out to me, this is pretty much a wand in a sense, but in Wiccan rituals, this is used, the blade is actually used as a wand, because what they're doing is casting as a metaphorically and symbolically, right? So the athame is traditionally a black handled knife with a double-edged white metal blade, a sacred magical tool used to represent the masculine principle in ceremonies. It is used to cast circles and direct the magical energies, right? So then it says to move out into the world with confidence. I feel like here the collective's inner magician is showing, right? Because when you cast, right? So like, let's say you cast salt for your circle, or you cast smoke for your circle. You could cast fire for your circle. Am I going too deep? No, because it's in the card. Yeah, you could cast. I'm not going too deep. Cast fire for your circle. Whatever protects the ritual, whatever protects the ceremony or the vessel performing the manifestation, prayer, worship, praise, whatever, right? When I see this commander of power, call your shit back to you. You hear me? Wherever your power has went, whoever you have given your power over to, it's time for the collective to reclaim their power, okay? So whatever situation that has broke you down to your knees here, let's revisit that shit during Mercury retrograde and go get your power back, because there's remnants of the collective soul here that I feel like the higher self is in the process of trying to command or to call back when I see this athame sword, right? Because in the Wiccan ritual, that is their casting prop. That is their casting symbolization. And in the beginning of a ritual, you must cast some form of blockage to not allow any intranquil spirits to enter once bon Dieu, or once once spirit has anointed the process, right? So when I see limitation is power, I feel like a lot of the collective has went through certain cycles with people and certain series of events within their life in order to be able to speak to or witness their testimony. That's it, that's all. Because I genuinely feel like here, you've been the commander of your power all along. The spirit wanted you to feel what limitation felt like. Just a little bit, not too much of it. Spirit wanted you to taste what limitation felt like. Gracefully breaking you. Not all the way, just gracefully, right? So that way you can feel what power, or being a commander of that type of power, calling your power back to you, also feels like. Ain't that beautiful how spirit gives us duality and the best of both worlds on this earthly journey, to be able to put you through the process of feeling limited or limitation placed upon you, and also put you in a position or in the driver's seat of being able to go get your shit back, or call all your energy right back to you. This commander of power is pretty much making the collective realize that a lot of the things that we felt like have been a blockage in our life, we've always have been in the driver's seat or in the position to unblock that shit. So it's all a matter of what type of mentality do you have? What type of perspective do you hold? Is this a victim mentality that you're set in, where you feel like you don't got this athame or athame, whatever? You know I'm a Virgo, bitch. I'm about to go get the pronunciation right after this. Fuck that. Hey Siri, how do you pronounce athame? Athame. Athame is what it's called. Thank you, Siri. So, athame. Some of the collective don't know that they have an athame in the spirit realm. And their athame cuts like fire. So anybody who has wronged you, anybody who has fucked you over, screwed you over, in that spiritual realm, all you do is swing your athame and you command your power back. You call your shit back to you. Anybody who you have overly poured into, or who has robbed you of your energy here, Spirit says, that limitation was only placed upon you for a learning process, for a learning season, for a growing reason. And once you lean into whatever it is that you're feeling and experiencing spiritually here, in that spiritual realm here, spirit wants you to overcome that, so you can step right into that season where you begin to command your shit back. It's a process that spirit is taking the collective through here. So everything that we've been through leading up until now was strategically put in place to be able to allow us to collectively ascend into a place where we are co-creators, we are magical manifestors, and we are commanders of our power. We are no longer victims to our mentalities, nor are we victims to this earth here. We realize that we create and we establish every last person, place, and thing that we come into contact with. Let's go ahead and clarify. Angel of Soul Love. It says it's time to look at how you value yourself. There are issues of self-love here. Spirit, what are these issues of self-love that we are reflecting on with the Angel of Soul Love? What are these issues of self-love here, Spirit? I definitely feel like that commander of power energy came out here, because that's a realization. Some of y'all been under the white patriotic society of leaving it at the altar with a little bit of money, and that eliminates the whole aspect of you going home and doing the necessary work that it takes to fucking either, you know, to see your way through some type of hardship here, or to literally fight spiritual warfare here, is what I feel, y'all, on some real shit. That's your athame in the spiritual realm, to fight spiritual warfare here, so you never have to get your hands physically dirty, is what spirit says on this earthly realm. A lot of us have these in the spiritual realm, and as long as you are aware that this is something that's in your back pocket when you spiritually travel, then you'll never have to physically be worried about Nathan, spirit says. So clarifying the Angel of Soul Love, we have the 8 of Wands. The Eight of Wands in this particular deck says success and growth. And I definitely feel like here the collective is successfully growing towards, you know, evolving themselves on their self-love journey. The collective is definitely showing progress. You know, looking at it from a spiritual realm perspective, I feel like the ancestors see a lot of progress, but there is still more work to do. And this is that higher self to lower self communication as well with the Eight of Wands. I feel like there is this transcending of energies from the upper realm to the lower realm that we are receiving subconsciously. So through the cerebral cortex, through our pineal glands and shit, I definitely feel like the higher self has been actively communicating, and we have been actively receiving the information or the downloads. When I see the Eight of Wands here as well, clarifying the whole self-love, this is us being truthful with ourselves too. You know, the angel of soul love wants us to be truthful with ourselves. I'm not telling you to be truthful with yourself and me. I'm just telling you to be truthful with yourself. You can't look in that mirror and tell yourself the truth. There is a problem. I'm not telling you to have me sitting in the room while you do it. It's just you before God. You know, that's it. So when I see the Eight of Wands, that communication, that's that truth with yourself, being honest with yourself, keeping it 100 with yourself. Tell yourself how you really feel, because yourself is the only person that's going to hold a certain unconditional space for you to genuinely heal that. So the lower self wants the higher self to help them genuinely heal certain things pertaining to this self-love, and the higher self wants the lower self to genuinely allow them to assist with this earthly mission, whether or not the lower self knows this earth better than them or not. The higher self is saying, show me the cuts, show me the ropes, show me the crevices, show me the caves, show me the hideouts. Show me that shit, man. I'm not trying to be against you. I'm trying to work with you. So in the process of us eliminating these self-worth issues, and in the process of us acknowledging a lot of these self-value and things like that issues, that self-love peaks. And when it peaks, that's when the soul and the ego become in alignment. That's when this success and this growth happens. That's when the communication from the higher realms to this lower realm becomes like butter. It becomes smooth. It becomes perfect. Until that self-love journey has been embarked upon, started the process of, or progress, you know, making progress towards whatever the case may be, this limitation here is not going to be powerful. Clarify, limitation is power. This limitation here, you're not going to be able to lean into it. You're going to forever look at this limitation as not strategically put in place to help you get to where you're going. Clarify this limitation. What is this limitation here, Spirit? What's this limitation? So we have the Four of Pentacles. In this deck, it says open up. So I definitely feel like here there's some type of throat chakra blockage amongst the collective during this retrograde. There is this balance, or this balancing of what needs to be said and what does not, what should be done and what should not, what needs to go and what needs to stay. Like these polar opposite energies pulling on each other, and there is just this need to open yourself up to whatever you feel is genuinely going to work the best for you, instead of not acknowledging that there are certain things lingering that you view as a limitation. Open yourself up to both of these aspects to come to some type of balance, some type of conclusion, some type of potential closure here. Open yourself up to all of these possibilities to be able to really ground yourself and get yourself back to this center, back to this place where you genuinely just feel, you know, where you feel centered is what I feel, because that's what the card is giving. So when I see the Four of Pentacles, I do feel like the collective is holding themselves back from acknowledging their limitations. The moment that we open ourselves up to say, hey, I see you lingering in the cut over there. What's up with you? What are you doing here? What you trying to show me? What are you trying to teach me? You been here too long. You ain't paying no goddamn rent. I'm trying to return you to sender. Who sent you? God sent you. What you, show me something then. What am I not seeing? That's just a piece of what I feel like the ancestors is referring to in regards to us opening ourselves up to our limitations. Sometimes the limitations is hard to face, and that's why we don't open up to it. So it's just a need for you to know that the soul is giving you a safe space to face whatever is hindering you, whatever you feel is blocking you. The moment that you give yourself that safe space to integrate that energy and you lean into it, here comes you calling your power back, demanding your power back, going to get your power power back wherever it was sent, wherever you gave it away. You know, clarify this athame. I asked 3 and I done forgot that fast what the correct pronunciation is. Clarify athame, commander of power. Why is the collective commanding their power back? Why is the collective calling their power back here, Spirit? Clarify athame. We got the throat chakra. Well, damn, you got... I said it was a throat chakra blockage because the 8 of Wands is here. I definitely feel like here, speak now will forever hold your peace. The collective is learning that there is power in your throat chakra. There is power in your ability to assert yourself. Your ability to command what it is that you need. Your ability to Spirit just said your ability to be a humble vessel. Your ability to balance out the throat chakra and command a message to come through, and you humbly deliver it, right? Something about that here. That's probably gonna be for more so for like spiritual people, right? But as a commander of power, you have to demand that what you feel can be said. What you know should be heard, okay? Something pertaining to that. The throat chakra has been blocked until you decide to command your power back, until you decide to unblock it here. I'm going to go ahead and get another one for the throat chakra, Spirit. What's going on with this throat chakra? Who or what has blocked the collective's throat chakra? Clarify this throat chakra here, Spirit. So we have the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands. And in this Hierophant, it says teach. And didn't I say your ability to deliver what you know to other people's ears, or to have other people hear what you know? There's a lot of people here who are full of wisdom with this Hierophant energy. And you know how to command your power from the ethers or from the spirit realm. And I feel like in order for New Earth to happen, there's going to be a lot of perspective circulate in the community, because God is going to utilize everybody's energetic signature to make sure that each one reach one. Because my messages might be a little too raw for somebody else, but somebody that watched me can deliver a message that can reach somebody that I couldn't. And that's literally how spirit works through us individually and collectively. So when I see the Hierophant here, this is definitely the spiritual journey. This is the spiritual path, the spiritual awakening, the ability to teach and to preach to a lot of the different things that the collective needs to heal, to grow, to evolve, and to ascend together with, right? The throat chakra as a collective, I feel like this is a collective spell. This is a collective spell. Light workers are being silenced. This is a collective spell. Mercury retrograde is revealing this collective spell. Anybody who has access to the Akashic records here, anybody who has access to the ancient scrolls here, anybody who has access to ancestral wisdom here, this throat chakra blockage is not a literal blockage, okay? This throat chakra blockage, when I see the Ace of Wands here, new vitality, is to silence new earth, new beginnings, new information, new consciousness, new whatever from coming in. These are light workers. Y'all see the fire, the ring of fire? These are light workers, teachers, preachers, prophetic messengers. These are us calling our power back to our throat chakra, to be able to stand firmly in what we genuinely feel like needs to be taught, needs to be acknowledged, needs to be spoken about here. When I see the throat chakra, this 8 of Wands is showing that we're powerful in numbers. And I definitely feel like here that the spirit realm is also actively engaged. The higher selves specifically is actively engaged in allowing us to have this new earth. Speak our peace with the throat chakra. Call that power back to break that spell, to cast that spell away that I feel like the government, honestly, or just in general, like, you know, higher earthly powers, not higher spiritual powers, but higher earthly powers are trying to prevent from being taught about, being awakened to, things of that nature. Clarify this Hierophant, please, Spirit. Why is the Hierophant here, Spirit? Why is the Hierophant here? So we have the Moon. Confront. That's a whole secret. A lot of people don't know, like, a lot of people don't know that if you are genuinely tapped into the Akashic records, you're going to have to confront a lot of shadow energies that come for your knowledge, that come for your wisdom, that try to attempt to prevent you from sharing that access to something that honestly a lot of people, the majority, cannot tap into easily. I'm starting to study more, and I'm realizing that there might be some DNA coding associated with access to the Akashic records, meaning you just might not be coded for it this lifetime. I'm not telling you you ain't never had access to it, but them genuine beginning of time, dated back ancient shit, I'm starting to really feel like certain people are DNA coded for that. And then now certain people are targeted because of that. There's a need to confront certain shadows, certain things lingering amongst the collective, because there's power in numbers. So I can't do it by myself, but Spirit says we could do it together with the Moon. There's a big secret as to why certain people who are preaching and teaching that real shit can't genuinely reach the people that will gravitate towards it, because, you know, there's a shadow over it here with the Moon, over the collective of teachers, over their throat chakras pertaining to their new beginnings. A lot of teachers have to speak to be able to make their coin, to be able to move their business. A lot of teachers have to be able to reveal and confront shadows and darkness in order to make their coin, in order to run their business. And a lot of energies does not like that. And I feel like subconsciously it has attacked the spiritual community and the light worker community. Until we realize that that limitation is powerful and lean into it, then we don't realize that the athame or the athame is in the spirit realm for us to do what the fuck we need to do with it without ever having to physically get your hands dirty, is what I hear Spirit says. Let's go ahead and get the closing message for Mercury Retrograde and Aquarius, Spirit. What is the closing message? That athame, commander of power. Call all your power back. Whoever thought they had it, it don't belong to you no more. Whoever took it in the past, your borrowing time is up. I need all of me to go into my next season. I need all of me to go into the next place that Spirit is sending me. I need to go reclaim all of my energetic signature, wherever it may be on this earthly plane, in order to continue to move myself forward here. I definitely see with this Eight of Wands, success and growth happening for the collective. The moment we open ourselves up to whatever we feel like is holding us back, the moment we lean into it and realize it's just a boat, it's just a car, it's just a truck, it's just a vehicle. It's just getting you to where you need to go. It's preparation. Limitation is preparation. We got Shagai, fragmented. Let's go ahead and get this out the book. Shagai. So it says the worst is behind you, and you can begin to breathe deeply, knowing you will never have to go through the same difficulties again. A place of such uncertainty that it left you feeling that all you cared for was torn from you, lost forever. It hasn't been easy at all to gather what little strength you had left, but sometimes we must undergo a journey of turmoil to find the haven of peace on the other side. So know now that you are safe to release your sorrow and allow your tears to cleanse away your hurt. As though gathering back your scattered Shagai bones, your heart will knit together and you will soon feel whole again. There's the incantation here, collective. You can feel free to say it with me, or you don't have to say it at all. I won't turn back, I'll carry on. Hard words and sorrow made me strong. For now I rise, I'm standing tall, emotions healed, I conquer all. So the angel of soul love just wants your emotions to heal so you can conquer all, so you can command your power back, so you can confront some shadowy shit here with the moon. Open yourself up to your limitations and realize how powerful they are, so you can step into your position of power here with the Hierophant. Never forget how powerful your throat chakra is here. You can move and shift energies with sound, with spelling, okay? Your throat chakra. You can move and you can shift energies. I send you guys eternal love, peace, light, and blessings. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, all my information is down low in the description box below. If you would like to check out the spiritual store, we currently have our Goddess Bubble Bath in stock, and it is sold with our Goddess herbal bath salts. It's pink Himalayan salts, echinacea, slippery elm. It's got coconut oil, rose petals, rose buds, rose quartz, bay leaves. It's a lot of shit in the spiritual bath salts. It's also herbally infused. A lot of that stuff and then some is herbally infused into your spiritual bubble bath here as well. We also have our sacred sage spray in stock on the stores. Black tourmaline, sage, bay leaves, and Florida water. It's also some I shade away oil in stock. It's pure coconut oil based with amethyst, black tourmaline, some jasmine flower. All of this stuff is prayed over in Reiki Master Charge. I did get my Reiki Master cert last year, you guys. So I've just been utilizing my wisdom, my knowledge pertaining to that aspect of holistic healing, infusing it into all of the products that we have available into the spiritual store to give y'all that additional piece of me outside of just personal readings and things like that. Unfortunately, we do not have any more I Shade Away candles. This is my best seller. So we sold out of 3 batches of I Shade Away. I will be making some very, very soon for you guys. So definitely be on the lookout for that on the website. We also sold out of our self-love candles. 2nd batch, okay? I love y'all. Thank you so much for all of y'all genuine love and support. I feel it like times 10. I am eternally grateful for my soul family. But right now we do have Namaste and energy candles in stock. Namaste is the perfect peace candle. It is a peppermint ginger scented candle, and energy is a manifestation candle, and that is a frankincense and myrrh scented candle. I send y'all eternal love, peace, light, and blessings. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Mwah.